perhaps you want to lead us off with a few of your final thoughts from today's presentation.
Sure. I would just underscore the value of a basic cyber hygiene. It's really hard to overstate the value of good hygiene, and so much of your prevention efforts will prevent or lessen the severity of an incident. So test your plan, revise it based on the lessons learned, train your employees, build a cross-departmental team, and invest in your information security program. You're expected to have reasonable security, not perfect security, but it can be really useful, particularly for counsel, in-house counsel, to know how your organization is addressing the evolving threat landscape, how it is digesting threat intelligence on the security side. And if you think about it, having a solid incident response plan, but otherwise a weak information security program, it's not a preferred position to be in. And it may be more beneficial to view your incident response plan as one of the procedures that's contained in your information security program. It should be a piece of the overall puzzle, even though it's a really important one. And so consider privilege early on and in the context of incident response, because protecting pre-incident cybersecurity readiness and assessments can be really beneficial. Tabletops can be protected by privilege. Tracking your remediation items from anything that comes out of those under privilege can also help. And we can help make sure that you harden your target to lessen the chances of a really severe incident. And get your vendors lined up ahead of time so that you can maintain that pattern and practice of that would support a legal formalism of the agreements in that privileged infrastructure.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. A few key takeaways from yourself as well, please.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try to be brief. Number one, know yourself, know your data, know what kind of data you have, and know what kind of data, where it's been stored. Educate, 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 in terms of, to the point that you can do those kind of phishing tests. And I am a firm believer, I know Jim kind of mentioned this earlier, is, about positive thinking, like give your employees their Amazon gift cards if they don't click on that phishing email that you circulate. And also backups. I can't, stress enough about the critical notion of having good workable backups. I'll turn it over to Jim.
Thank you so much. And Jim, a few takeaways from yourself as well, please.
I think the most important thing is, and we've touched on it, and Carolyn just touched on it, just the education, right? The importance of educating all the stakeholders in your organization, employees, leadership, third-party vendors, everybody, about their roles and responsibilities when it comes to cybersecurity. So if we get people more aware, we give them the tools to be successful, and we provide them with that education, then they'll understand why they need multi-factor authentication and why they shouldn't click on that email and those types of things. So I think investing in the education of your employees is probably one of the easiest things you can do.